Hello everyone, I welcome you all to EduTap. Myself Ritika, and I welcome you to this Toppers Talk session. Today, I am happy to introduce Mr. Rakesh Prajapati. You are welcome on this platform, Mr. Rakesh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, why am I happy? This I will tell you now. Mr. Rakesh passed out in 2020. He has done BSc in Agriculture, and in 2021, he appeared in the examination of NABARD Grade A, the prestigious job. And today he's sitting with us as a Grade A officer. So that is wonderful to have such young aspiring candidates. So this is a great feat, and many congratulations to you, Rakesh.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So, सबसे पहले तो I want to know that you were telling me that this was the first exam you appeared in and you are able to crack. So how is the feeling? How are you feeling? How are your family members feeling?
Honestly, I am feeling very relaxed, very relieved actually.
And what about your family?
And they are very happy.
Very nice.
Getting a good job is very important.
Very important. And this is actually a very good platform to start your career with.
Yes.
So I will tell about your educational background. So Rakesh has done BSc in Agriculture. He passed out in 2020, and now currently he is pursuing his MSc from IARA in New Delhi. Right, he hails from Rajasthan, and guys, again a point to note: while pursuing his master's degree, he got this job. Okay, so Rakesh, yes, one more thing, that he has been selected in the agriculture post, not the generalist one. Okay, the students who aspire to give this examination through this particular field, उनके लिए तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा useful होगा ये session. And for other candidates तो phase 1 common है, वो भी बहुत सारे takeaways ले सकते हैं. So Rakesh, please tell us that how was your preparation journey? Just like, when did you start basically?
And when the notification came, after that I started that preparation for phase 1.
Okay.
Because I have got the time. I was at home, so I started preparing for phase 1 from there.
So you were able to clear all the subjects in that time only, just after notification?
Like when the notification came, then there were some changes in the notification. They have changed the pattern, and I feel like that this gives a edge to agricultural students, because we just have to clear the merit sections. From that, we just have to clear the sectional cutoff of other subjects.
So you see, you have agri background, but the subjects like ESI or GA, ARD, I understand would have been easy for you, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
But what about ESI and GA? Because they have 60 marks weightage, merit section.
Yes, ma'am. Like, ma'am, I have talked to some of my seniors who have already been selected in NABARD. So they just said that the static portion are like very minimal in the ESI portion. So I just focused on current affairs, most of the government schemes. Like, I prepared them thoroughly, and it helped me a lot, because most of the questions were more or less from like certain current affairs or government schemes. So that's why, like, I used to appear in the mock test, revise them. That's how, like, I prepared for ESI.
But what were the sources of government schemes? Because see, they are important. Like, students are usually confused कि पढ़ना कहाँ से है? From where to read? What should be the source?
And like in this digital era, like everything is available on YouTube, like on Telegram or website itself. EduTap is also providing various lessons, various like chapters for government schemes. Like, they have also provided that summary sheets for free. Like, they were very helpful, and I used to prepare a government scheme from there. And if I want to know much further, then I like go to the official website of that scheme and note down the important points from there.
Okay, so as you said that different sources are available, you used EduTap, and others are also there, so you can refer to it. And did you make notes also, Rakesh?
Yes, ma'am. Like, I would like to say that preparing notes is the key, and revising them. I used to prepare notes of every PIB updates weekly, like current affairs daily, and then every government scheme in the copy itself, ma'am.
See, one question related to that I have, which we get a lot of queries. Many students ask us, ma'am, how to make notes? As in, when they open PIB or when they start reading a scheme, they are confused कि इसमें से क्या लिखें अपने notes में, क्योंकि सारा लिखेंगे तो it will be very lengthy.
Yes, ma'am. So like ma'am, here comes the role of like various channels, like for example, EduTap, they are taking the sessions regularly, like weekly. So they are like covering most of the important PIB updates. So if we can able to like write those in notes, then it will be helpful. They are very selective. They are very important. And I must say that follow one of the channel, no problem, anyone, and just follow it and write down those PIB updates.
Okay, so basically your work is to find out a source, then rely on that, notes banao and revision. You said you did a lot of revision through mocks
Yes,
also.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So ESI static for you did not read at all, yeah, thoda bahut you read.
And like some of the important things like what is the monetary policy, like repo rate, reverse repo. So these are the some of the basic, like what is unemployment, what is inflation. So these are easily available on the website of EduTap, on the YouTube channel of EduTap. So I covered from there also.
तो आपने फिर मुझे आई थिंक यू हैव सीन सिलेबस बहुत अच्छे से, तभी आपको ये पॉइंट्स पता है ना?
Yes, ma'am. But ma'am, like for phase one, like syllabus were not defined actually. So I just followed like channels from on various channels from YouTube. Like for government scheme, I used to follow one channel. Then for PIB, I used to follow EduTap. For like there are various marathon sessions which were like conducted by EduTap. They were very helpful for the revision.
Wonderful, wonderful. ठीक है, तो basically smart study is what you have done rather than opening books and so many magazines. Apart from that, you did smart study, the most important things you referred to. ठीक है, and ठीक है, and what about GA? It is of 20 marks and majorly latest current affairs are asked. But how many months and what was your source?
Like ma'am, after appearing in phase one, I feel like the GA of more or less from recent days. Like exam was on 18th of September. So they have asked the GA from like 15th of September. So this was a mistake. Like we used to done like we thought that paper has already been set before 1 or 2 weeks before the exam. So like I forgot to revise that GA of that recent actually recent days, and the straight question came in the exam. So I must say that like prepare the GA like 4 or 5 months before the exam definitely.
4-5 months and even just 1 week before the exam also.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
that
ma'am.
is also relevant. 1 week or 4-5 days. Okay. And 4-5 months shall be sufficient if they cover properly.
Like ma'am, most of the questions were answered from there.
Okay. ठीक है. And Rakesh, I also want to know about ARD थोड़ा सा. You for those first let us discuss because you have agri background. So for the students who have agri background, तो उनके लिए पहले बता दो. फिर we will also ask about non-agri students के लिए.
Yes, ma'am. Like ma'am, being an agricultural graduate, like we used to cover a lot of subjects in our UG program. So in NABARD, agri syllabus is more or less from that line only. So we used to know like more of the basic. We have all the basic knowledge. Like if you want to brush up that knowledge, like we used to follow like Nemra Sunda, that competitive agriculture book. Then one book is Agricultural at a Glance from R.K. Sharma. These are two good books. Like they have like good content in that. So we can just brush up that knowledge.
Okay. So this shall be sufficient.
Yes, ma'am.
For that we will discuss later, phase 2 ka your subject. Okay. For the students who do not have agriculture background, they are reading it for the first time. Can you give some tips to them also?
Ma'am, these two books I mentioned, they are very like basic in nature. So these two books, if one can follow, it will easily crack that agriculture portion of the NABARD.
Okay, so Nemraj Sunda and R.K. Sharma, you said these shall be sufficient. Okay, so please note down the students who are watching this video because we get this query a lot, which books to refer. तो ये आपको काम आएंगी, ठीक है? तो ARD का current affairs भी did you prepare, Rakesh?
Yes, ma'am. Like I gone through like one Yojana magazine. It is like covering various topics of agriculture, like in irrigation, fertilizer. So they were very helpful. Like not in phase 1, then it will be very helpful in phase 2 actually.
ठीक है. और कुरुक्षेत्र मैगजीन भी है फिर?
Yes, ma'am. 1 or 2 edition of Kurukshetra, which were basically designed for the agricultural student or agricultural issues at that time. They could be like useful to us.
ठीक है. And 2-3 things I want to ask. जैसे economic survey is there, then union budget is there. और
ma'am.
एग्री सेंसर्स, तो ये चीजों के बारे में भी इफ यू कैन टेल अस, बिकॉज पढ़नी है या नहीं पढ़नी है, तो या
Ma'am,
कितनी पढ़नी है, ये बहुत डाउट रहता है बच्चों को.
yes, ma'am. Like, ma'am, it is required to revise them like very basically because direct questions were asked from them. Like last year, one question from like various state of farmers in the India, that is directly from agri census. Like how much percentage of like SC community in India, that is directly from like census. So these are the basic questions that were asked in exam. So we do not want to like go deep in those because they are very bulky bundles, bulky syllabus. So just revise them thoroughly, like in
This is an
superficially.
important point, very important. Students again ask this, and I think I want you to note down, guys, that basic summary, if you read अच्छे से of these documents, it shall be enough. You don't need to read पूरा budget, complete economic survey, because questions are pretty direct also. ठीक है. तो this is about your phase 1. Although non-merit section, quant, reasoning, English, see decision making and computer, we knew that you don't need to prepare them really well, but still there was some preparation to be done. तो आपने कितना prepare किया है ना, कि इतना ही करना है मुझे, वो डिसाइड करना was मुश्किल, क्योंकि ये नहीं पता था कि सेक्शनल कट ऑफ कितनी होगी. तो आपने फिर क्वांट रीजनिंग का पहले बताओ प्लीज.
I'm I used to follow the previous cutoff. Like it was discussing by various channels, so that the cutoff was not so much high. So for quant and reasoning, I like selectively collected the topics like data interpretation, like some of the topics which I can like able to calculate easily. I choose those topics and I just focus on those topics because I know I don't like have that aptitude ability, so I can clear that. Like I can solve many questions, so I just prepare myself for solving 10 to 12 questions in each part.
In each part, quant and reasoning. So
Reasoning,
selective
yes,
topics you prepared, and with
yes,
those
ma'am.
only you went. Okay, that
Yes,
is
ma'am.
also a good thing, that rather than doing everything. And the practice of English, how did you do that?
I like used to follow the sessions from various channels. Like I did not prepare English that much, but like hopefully, like fortunately, it went well in exam.
I think
I used
questions
to
were
solve many
not
questions.
that difficult.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's basic in nature.
ठीक है. लेकिन ना one subject is there which is newly added, decision making.
Yes, ma'am.
तो वो बताओ, वो
Yes,
कैसे
ma'am.
किया?
I'm like I have taken that subject very lightly. Like I have watched only one or two sessions. Like before, I thought that some logical question were there which like ask us to like use our mind and answer. But they came just from some of the theories or some of the like literature. So it was very difficult to like because just because of one subject we like risk the chance of getting selected in phase. So prepare it actually prepare it thoroughly.
ठीक है. And again you said online sources are available, you have to find what is there
Yes,
in
ma'am.
decision making, because there is
Yes,
no
ma'am.
set book or any specific thing for it, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. And last subject of your phase 1, computer. थोड़े से tips उस पे भी.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, that online available sessions, I just followed some 7 or 8 sessions, like get the basic knowledge of computer, basic question which were repeating itself throughout the year. So I just solved them, and like we just have to clear the cutoff. That is like what NABARD changed recently.
So YouTube and other online sources like websites,
Yeah,
these
yes, ma'am.
helped you a lot. This is what I can
Yes, ma'am.
sense, that for all the subjects you have definitely mentioned that
Yes,
you used to
yes.
watch free videos, you used to watch बाकी जो भी available है ना, तो
Yes, ma'am.
this is really good that you know, क्योंकि many students are there, वो ऐसा सोचते हैं कि I cannot buy a course, let's say, और कोर्स है नहीं, कौन सा लूं, इस सब की जरूरत नहीं है. इफ यू नो कि एग्जाम में के लिए क्या पढ़ना है और अच्छे से सोर्सेज को यूज करते हो जो फ्रीली अवेलेबल है.
Yes, ma'am.
वेरी नाइस. तो दिस इज अगेन एन इंस्पिरेशन टू मैनी मैनी कैंडिडेट्स देयर आउट, कि ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ स्पेसिफिकली आपने करना है. बुक्स हैं, फ्री सोर्सेज हैं, वो आप ले सकते हैं. तो राकेश, मूविंग ऑन टू योर फेज 2 पार्ट, थोड़ा सा टेल अस अबाउट इंग्लिश डिस्क्रिप्टिव फर्स्ट, कि उसकी प्रिपरेशन कैसे की, प्रैक्टिस क्या किया, क्या फॉलो किया?
Yes, ma'am. Like we were already clear that there will be 3 or 4 questions in English descriptive. and everyone was saying like we just have to be simple and do not make the grammatical error and the spelling error. So I just noted these down, and like I was very fortunate that EduTap has offered me one free course, that is the English descriptive writing. So I prepared from there the various topics because I knew that the English descriptive paper will be the same for all.
Hmm.
So I just like used to write various topics of mock first in copy, then I will be like typing on the keyboard. So I type like practice twice, one on copy and then one on keyboard.
ये एक अच्छा टिप है बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स यूजुअली जिन दोज हु डोंट नो अच्छे से टाइपिंग सबका नहीं अच्छा होता ऑब्वियसली, तो और यू हैव टू थिंक एंड देन आल्सो राइट, साथ साथ में टाइप करना इज डिफिकल्ट समटाइम्स, इवन इफ यू टेल अस टू थिंक एंड टाइप इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट. तो प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगा, फर्स्ट यू राइट ऑन कॉपी. तो कोर्स हेल्प यू, वो जो EduTap ने कोर्स दिया था आफ्टर यू क्लियर्ड फेज 1. ओके, तो ऐसे आपको हेल्प मिलेगा. एंड वंस यू क्लियर फेज 1 गाइज, वी विल ऑलवेज बी देयर, करते ही हैं सपोर्ट आपको, है ना. तो यू हैव टू प्रूव योरसेल्फ थोड़ा सा अच्छे से, उसके बाद तो देन देयर इज नो स्टॉपिंग उसके बाद.
यस मैम.
ठीक है. एंड कुछ स्पेसिफिकली और प्लानिंग बनाई हो या स्ट्रैटेजी की हो कि इंग्लिश में, जैसे आपने कहा कि कुछ ही क्वेश्चंस हैं, वीडियोस फॉलो की, टाइपिंग की, लिख के फिर टाइप किया, इसके अलावा कुछ और फॉलो किया हो फॉर इंग्लिश?
Like what I feel that like thinking and typing, like it is a myth actually. If you are not prepared, then you will end up like thinking very too much, typing less. So you will not able to meet that word limit. So I just like whatever the topics, current burning issues were going on, I just write the essays on each and every topic. Like I have wrote essays of about like more or less 80 to 60 essays I wrote in the copy on various topics, for just for one question on essay in the English descriptive writing. Like,
can you tell us few topics?
Like ma'am, cryptocurrencies were there, then MSP, then irrigation projects, like madam, various topics which are more or less related to agriculture, related to economy.
ओके, ये टॉपिक्स आई थिंक फ्रॉम योर करंट अफेयर्स प्रिपरेशन वहीं से आ जाएंगे ऐसे टॉपिक्स, इकोनॉमिक्स और सोशल.
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am. We just find the content to what to write in there.
And word limit हो पाई थी? Did you meet?
Not that what I expected, because like in 600 word limit, I wrote only 400 or more. And in that 10 marker which is of 400, I used to write like 250 to 30, 250 to 300.
Okay. So it is not like because we can say you are selected today, that it is not at all necessary that you complete the word limit. What you are writing should be good.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. तो अब you please tell us about your agriculture subject जो पेपर हुआ था आपका, paper 2.
Yes ma'am. Like ma'am, they have like mentioned the syllabus for agricultural specialist stream. Syllabus like very diverse syllabus, but most of the topics in the syllabus, they are like easily available, like free e-courses available on ICR website. Like what I mentioned, the 2 books there. So most of the topics are like easily available, and I was very like I have already studied those topics in my UG program. So it was very easy for me to write those topics, and fortunately only those topics came in the exam. Yes ma'am.
Okay. And same paper was same objective plus descriptive?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. And because you prepared the subjects earlier, so the same preparation was used in objective questions also and descriptive also?
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
ठीक है, चलो ठीक है. तो अभी थोड़ा सा tell us about your interview experience also. कैसा था इंटरव्यू आपका?
Interview was good. Like it went around 20 to 30 minutes actually.
30 minutes. It is a good time.
Yes ma'am. 20 to 25 minutes it went. So I knew that like discussion was very lengthy. So I think I might be getting good marks.
What were the type of questions? Can you remember?
Like ma'am, I am pursuing my MSc in agronomy. So like I just mentioned that in biodata, and I just also mentioned in that initial introduction. So like that draw the interviewer attention to my research work. So they asked me what kind of research I am doing, then what will be the impact on the Indian agriculture, and what is the scenario, like what you are expected from your research. So my research was on mustard and about the potassium fertilization. So it was in the year of like in this year, oilseed prices are very high. So it was quite relevant. So chairman sir was asked like very much about it. So it was I was happy. Like my various questions were asked from my research.
Okay, so your work, basically the research work and all, and you
Yes,
were able to answer those questions
yes,
also.
ma'am.
Any
And yes, ma'am. And like chairman sir more emphasized on my research than madam. He has like caught some of the burning issues like feminization of agriculture. So these were some topics which has asked me in an interview. Then another sir, he used to ask the question about the entrepreneurship, like why agriculture is not so like corporate world, why it is like lagging behind the corporate world, how we can like rectify the mistakes we have done in the past.
hmm.
So these were the questions actually.
ठीक है, तो any HR questions were also asked?
No, ma'am.
All basically all related to your
Yes,
work
ma'am.
and
Yes,
everything.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so a long interview plus so much discussion. You must be confident after you came from your interview.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Like I was just hoping that I might get good marks in maths, then I will be able to clear.
And before your interview, how did you prepare?
I just prepared my biodata. Like after so many of research, I just prepared the biodata, and I just used to like quote various words, various topics from that biodata, and I used to prepare each and everything. But more or less, it was not on biodata basis. My interview didn't go on that note. So I
It is
prepared
not
various.
predictable that
Yes,
they can
ma'am.
ask anything, but your
Yes, ma'am.
preparation was around biodata.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. So and I think that is it. You have told us many important things about your interview, about your preparation. So I
Yes,
think this is going to help the students who are aspiring to become a grade A officer. And Rakesh, anything else you would like to tell to the students जो भी prepare कर रहे हैं इस exam के लिए?
and I just like to tell that prepare your notes and revise them. Keep revising them and
Revision
limit
is
your
very
sources.
important.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. So that is it, Rakesh. With this, we can end this conversation. Thank you so much for coming on our channel and sharing your views with us.
And thank you very much to the team EduTap. Like, it helped me a lot during my preparation.
We are really glad to hear it, and we wish you all the best from our
Yes,
entire team and all the
thank you.
students.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
And one more thing, ma'am. Like I am being an agricultural graduate, like there were no guidance, no coaching for the specialist stream actually. Like from EduTap also, they are also offering only journalist course. So I would like to request, like there must be one course if the vacancies are there.
We will definitely consider it. Yes, we will definitely. Thank you so much. And it is such a humble request that you have although been selected, but you are still wanting that other students should get the guidance. That is a wonderful thing on your part.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you,
Rakesh.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.